more than 50.
MS-13 and many other gangs. These are animals. These aren't people.
Chat, we'll go ahead and watch this video in stream.
The kind of people we have here.
We are about to see the worst of the worst.
Welcome to CCON, the world's largest prison by capacity in El Salvador, which was constructed to imprison the highest profile criminals. Those who enter this prison are destined never to leave alive.
There's no way out.
There's nothing to do anymore.
The reason why this small country of 6 million needs the largest prison is the gangs. Once dominating the country, these gangs faced a dramatic crackdown starting in March 2022. Under President Nayib Bukele's administration, over 70,000 individuals, about 2% of the country's adult population, were arrested within just 16 months.
Why are they fucking like Naruto running? What the fuck is happening?
Gang members to CCOT in a tightly coordinated nighttime operation. Sitting one behind the other, heads lowered, they looked like a single mass. Surrounded by armed guards, none of them dared to resist commands. Their life has changed in a day. In this documentary, we will interview one of them, one of the most ruthless gang leaders, known by the nickname Psycho.
10 minutes. You only have 10 minutes.
Built in 2022, this massive prison is made up of 8 separate modules spread over 410 acres.
2022, that's fucking crazy.
Each pair of modules is enclosed by 2 separate 3-meter-high walls with razor wire. The entire facility is surrounded by a towering 9-meter-high wall with a 3-meter-high electric fence carrying 15,000 volts. 19 watchtowers.
15K?
Nothing escapes notice. The entire design.
Holy fuck, dude! Just fucking be like the Attack on Titan wall, bruh. Make it fucking 3.
Hello.
You could
Hello,
escape.
we have permission from the presidency.
Yo, chat, don't fucking talk about politics, bruh.
The soldiers
It's just
stopped
fucking
us.
cancer.
We're hoping this will be the last checkpoint. The jammers blocked all signals within a 2-kilometer radius of CCOT.
2K?
Communication. Over 600 soldiers work only to secure the perimeter.
We are going to leave all of our belongings here before entering the prison. We will only carry our cameras and...
Yeah, I had a good civics class teacher.
Pass slowly.
Who's funny as shit.
Look at the camera.
He's even getting fucking checked in,
I
too.
forgot my wedding ring on.
Well, that needs to be put away over there.
This high-capacity X-ray scanner even shows bones and internal organs. It's mainly used to scan newcomers.
What the fuck? Why is he getting scanned like he's a prisoner? What the fuck?
On their body before entering.
The inmates used to swallow some
Squid Game check-in.
They would try to bring them vaginally or anally. Micro SD memory cards, microchips, and not only that, even phone chargers.
Another thorough body
Oh
search
my
has been
mother
done.
fuck, dude.
Take off your shoes.
They even inspected inside our socks. It took us around 1 hour just to pass through security, even though we were invited as media after months of applying.
Exactly, like, dude, why the fuck do you have to get searched if they know you're coming and you're gonna be around them the entire time? Huh?
Gangs have a lot of connections, so they have to keep their identity secret. Why don't you wear a mask?
I have to talk to them face to face, looking them in the eye.
Because I am not a
They
pussy.
already know who I am.
We're in
Yo,
the
6001.
registration room. This area is for
Really don't want
inmates
that, but-
only. When a criminal is captured on the street, they don't carry ID or give their real name. That's why their fingerprints and photographs
I
are
have the
taken
webcam.
to enroll in the system. Once they become a permanent part of CCOT, the inmates lose all
Yo, chat, book me in, book me in. Am I booked in yet? Wishing I was knee deep in the water somewhere, sucking on the BBC.
contact with loved ones for the rest of their lives, as family visits are strictly forbidden.
I'm finally live, brother. I've been live for the past 2.5 hours.
A small number of innocent people were mistakenly imprisoned during the big crackdown. Because of the no contact policy, their families have no idea where they are or if they are still alive. For some, this documentary could be their first chance to see a missing loved one. Before entering the modules where the inmates are, we visit the armory of the prison. This
I'm a
section is
swerve in
must
the
case of
carnival.
possible riots, and these convicts are the most
Yo, I have
unsafe
6
people
p.m.
on
I'll
Earth.
try. Maybe.
The type of firearm we use is a T-65 rifle, similar to the M16 rifle.
Is that a fucking Craig 6?
We also
Is
have
that
this
fucking-
other
is that a-
firearm, which is a 12-gauge shotgun. A 6
Mossberg? Is that what that is?
allows us to maneuver in spaces that are too tight to move.
Whenever criminals are
You wanna watch how I
arrested
eat dinner?
and dragged to the bus,
Just eat dinner at 8
various
o'clock
cuffs
then.
and chains
Fuck.
are used to restrict their movements and minimize the risk of harm to officers.
Has there ever been a riot?
Hey,
So far,
why has
there
it
have
been a
no
riot?
attempts. We have the worst of the worst within criminal organizations here.
The riot gear consists of a head protection, a face shield, neck protection, an anti-trauma vest, leg protectors, shin
You talking to me?
guards, and of course, a shield.
Generally, in the prisons, we see inmates invent any kind of handmade weapon, like awls or knives.
They are fully protected. You
They'll
can
take
see
like
how
a
it protects his
like a
feet.
toothbrush and they'll
Since
scrape it
this
against the
prison
wall,
is
make it
so
sharp,
large,
and stab
they have
people with
to
it too.
hop on this bus. We are entering the module area.
To keep the country safe, 1,000 staff members work inside CCOT.
It is impossible, but let's just imagine that an inmate get out of the fortress. These pebbles that you see are put here intentionally because when they walk on these pebbles, it works like an alarm system. It makes a noise, they cannot sneak away.
Have they tried to escape?
Pretty smart.
No. Did they try?
No, why don't they just fucking honeycomb the
Because they would
fucking
have to go
prison
through
like
a
in Rust,
series
bruh?
of security rings.
CCOT was built with its own infrastructure in an isolated area, including an electrical and sewage system to prevent external interference. In case of an electricity cut or water supply issue, the cisterns and power plants will maintain operations for up to a week.
I'm so
That's
excited.
insane.
We're gonna be face to face with the most dangerous criminals in the world. It is pretty tense.
That's
We are
fucking
entering
crazy.
One of the modules now.
You are seeing the third and fourth modules next to each other. An offender who enters one of these buildings never exits through these doors. In a few steps, we'll be surrounded by more than 2,500 inmates. It's
Yo,
like
chat.
stepping in the middle of
Shut the
controlled
fuck up
chaos.
about fucking challenges in Red Dead, bro. We're watching fucking prisoner shit.
This is so intense.
Their eyes are all on me, following my every step.
Getting an eye contact with them.
Yo, these
There
motherfuckers.
are so many of them. I'm speechless.
They're fucking
I
tatted
can't
up as
help but
fuck.
feel unease. All of them wear white shirts, shorts, and slippers. They don't have any other belongings.
Most are barely out of their early 20s and convicted of serious offenses. Even the most infamous criminals in history.
Dude, whenever I got fingerprinted for my job, there was this one guy in the fucking jail cell that was fucking sitting there staring at me. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, little brother? Just fucking saw doing crime.
proven victims. But here, some of the inmates are responsible for hundreds of innocent people's lives.
Can I ask the inmates something?
No. If you have any questions, I can answer them for you.
If they try to communicate with me now, what are you gonna do?
I'm not going to allow them. They know from them that subsequently there may be a penalty for not abiding by an instruction.
A penalty? What the fuck? You're locked up for life. What are you gonna fucking penalize?
Interviewing.
It is forbidden.
My
for us
fucking
to
rations?
pass this yellow line because these are one of the most dangerous human beings on Earth.
Without the bars between us, everyone knows exactly what could happen. There are
like
32
a fucking
cells
cloaker
in every
from
one of the
Payday,
8
brother.
modules making up the mega prison. Each cell holds around 80 inmates.
You wanted Joe to
but
drop
the number
soap?
can go as high as 150. Despite not being at full capacity, the inmates only have 0.5 square meters of personal space each. Prisoners do not have any ventilation rights or courtyards to walk outside their cell.
Each inmate here have been given one of the longest sentences you can even imagine in your life. The only thing that doesn't change that all these inmates will
What's
never
so long
get
about it?
outside. They will never see sunlight. The only people are authorized to get inside and outside are the personnel and sometimes media like us. They will never ever leave this building. If you see their look, you can see the emptiness in their soul. They don't have any hope towards future. They look very robotic.
Modelo
Their life
3.
is so monotone.
This open corner
These
is their
motherfuckers.
toilet area.
What the fuck?
They have like 2 toilets for 80 inmates. It's literally humiliating these inmates. Like their whole confidence is disciplined here.
The same place where they use the toilet is also where they take showers. To clean themselves, they use plastic dippers in a single shared
A
basin.
plastic dipper?
There's no running water.
Dude,
in
what the
cells.
fuck is
Prisoners
this?
have to rely on one blue barrel for drinking water.
Where they sleep is these metal bunks. No pillow, no mattress. Each prisoner receives just the bare essentials. a white sheet, a uniform, socks, slippers, and a towel. That's it.
The
They even
prisoners
cover
spend
their
their
face 'cause they
entire
don't turn the
days on
lights out. That's
floor-level bunk
crazy.
beds. They have stacked tightly, like items stored in a warehouse. As part of hygiene and order, inmates are shaved every 2 weeks by personnel. Long hair or beards aren't just unhygienic, they can also hide sharp objects.
Let's take a look. Take off your shirt and line up here.
Now they are taking their shirts off.
Joe, your birthday's in 4
These
days.
inmates were once part of the MS-13
Happy
and
early
Barrio
birthday.
18 gangs, which controlled the neighborhoods of El Salvador. These two rival gangs spent years extorting money from locals and causing great suffering to Salvadorans.
There is Barrio 18, MS-13 gangs all together in one cell.
That's right, just like that. The
I don't
entire
care about
mafia
happy
is the
birthday,
same.
yo,
All
Ezra,
live
fuck
like
you.
this.
Outside, entering each other's neighborhood could mean being torn apart. Yet here, they are side by side until their last breath.
How do they live without attacking one another?
They have to learn how to live together. Here, they are in a prison. They are not on the street.
Most of the inmates have tattoos covering their entire bodies, even including their faces, showing their loyalty structure. For MS-13, tattoos often include initial letters or the number 13. Members of the other gang use symbols like 18 or 666, which add up to 18 and symbolize the devil, or they use Roman numerals. Having gang tattoos on one's face is a clear sign that they are one of the most ruthless and high-ranking members
That's fucking
of the
insane.
organization. Crossing paths with such a person on the street is the same as staring death in the face. A spiderweb tattoo represents being caught in the web of justice and serving a long prison sentence. The devil horns tattoo is a dark symbol that represents these individuals' worship of the devil. Some even claim that they carried out their actions under the devil's command. A teardrop tattoo signifies that the person has ended someone's life. The number of teardrops indicates how many lives they've taken. If there are 3 teardrops, it suggests that the tattoo's owner has taken so many lives that they've
Brother.
lost count. With the phrase "laugh now, cry later," these masks or clown tattoos send a clear message. Stay strong in the face of hardship now and deal with the consequences later.
Are all these people?
Dude, that's fucking
really bad?
insane. I
They're
didn't
on
know the
another
fucking
level.
tattoos had that
High-profile
much like
criminals who
symbolic
will never
value.
change their mentality.
If you look at the upside, there's a catwalk area.
Guards consistently watch over the inmates from this elevated spot above the cells. If anything suspicious occurs, they will intervene while an extensive network of cameras observes every corner 24/7, ensuring nothing goes unnoticed. The modules are kept lit all day.
Dude,
and
being in
night
that fucking
to
job
monitor.
seeing videos like a fucking
Those
cameraman would be the
lights
easiest fucking
stay
shit in the
on
world.
all the time.
They just fucking stay in their room like
Constantly being observed.
23
I think
hours
this
out
is
of the
one
day.
of the hardest things. When they try to sleep, they use their towels and cover their eyes to block the light. Preacher here is teaching some of the important lessons from the Bible to the inmates. They're doing physical exercise over here. There's a trainer there. This is the only time these inmates get out of their cells.
These activities take place for a total of 1
This is
hour
fucking
per week,
insane.
under the watch of armed guards. For the rest of the time, they are locked inside. They used to control the streets. Now, they can't even take a step with their free will.
It's a
Yeah, why
rotating
Crocs,
schedule.
though? It's kinda
There's not
crazy.
enough space, so they can't all go out on the same day.
Has there ever been a chaotic incident when these inmates were outside of their cells?
So far, nothing.
Whenever we focus the camera on a cell, we often catch a prisoner silently mouthing words. Even behind bars, gang members attempt to send orders to the outside. This prisoner was doing just that, but we censored him to block the message. Despite the crackdown, these groups still hold significant power outside. Rumors suggest they have plans for taking revenge by
Dude,
targeting
they're so
innocent
fucking
people.
desperate to
But
get
in
out,
response,
like,
the
get a
authorities
word
threaten to
out.
impose even harsher measures on imprisoned members.
You could escape for real. Yo, shut the fuck up, brother.
One meal in prison. I swear to God, they won't eat a grain of rice. Let's see how long their homeboys last inside.
Here they get 3 meal times: breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
What do they
Breakfast is usually
eat?
beans and rice. For
Beans and
lunch,
rice?
They get white rice and pasta.
White rice and pasta?
Dinner's pretty much the same. The only thing that changes is the drink.
Like no
There's
protein?
nutritious
I
food
guess
like
beans
chicken or
may have
meat.
protein in them, but
This is the lunch.
Joe can do
It's
3.14
rice, pasta,
push-ups.
and 2 tortillas.
For real.
Does the menu vary from day
As
to
we're getting
day?
too full of
Is it the
himself.
same every day?
It's always the same. It's for freshmen.
Okay. It's a sugary drink. I'm going to taste it for myself.
Motherfuckers.
Inmates must eat with their hands and clean their plates before returning them. With a diet lacking in protein, many likely suffer from nutritional deficiencies.
Let's say,
Before
did
starting our
like,
interview with an
it lacks a
inmate,
little bit
I'll
of
show you
protein, but it's
one
not like,
place that is even more
like that
extreme
bad,
than
is
what you've
it?
seen so far.
Estamos en el área
Here we are in the isolation cell area. If inmates break a rule, they can be sent to these isolation cells according to the legislation.
Dude.
The law gives me the right to keep the prisoners in isolation for up to 15 days. These cells have sealed doors. Through this grid, I can see them and identify who's inside.
Dude,
We
there's
serve
no...
food here, and we also use this space to put handcuffs on them before opening the door to move
There's
them
no
from here to their
fucking
cell.
daylight, dude.
Welcome to the isolation cell. If an inmate misbehaves, this is where he ends up. He won't know the time or how much longer he'll be kept inside. For days or even weeks, he sleeps on this concrete bed without ever leaving. They are cut off
Dude,
from the outside world, left
This
alone
is like...
with nothing but
This
their
is
thoughts.
fucking bad.
This is where they supply their water. There's a water basin here. They take their water here, and this is where they pee.
The basin for drinking water and the toilets are located side by side. The toilet looks recently used and dirty, suggesting that this cell has recently been used. The only light they have is this little hole that
Oh,
barely
okay,
lets
so
the sun
there
shine.
is a little bit
This
of light, but...
openness is also the sole source of fresh air.
Dude, this is
What is the most
fucking
challenging thing
insane.
about isolation room, according to you?
Inside, you don't even see your hands. So when someone is isolated, it
Oh,
is
they don't even
necessary for
try to
them
teach
have
good?
something
What are you
above
talking about?
anything to keep their mind clear. But here, they don't have access to any of that. No matter how tough a criminal is, this kind of isolation breaks them. This is necessary for the type of offenders that we have here. People who once played God by deciding who would live and who wouldn't live deserve the worst punishment. We don't show them mercy. They can ask for forgiveness.
I mean,
They
yeah.
can't forgive them. But here, justice must be served for so many victims, and it's the least they deserve.
Now we're going to interview the inmate known as Psycho. He has a 34-year criminal history and has spent the last 25 years as a high-ranking member of an organization.
10 minutes. You only have 10 minutes.
12 guards are barely enough to ensure the safety around this inmate.
Remove the mask.
What is your name?
My name is Marvin Ernesto Medrano Vasquez.
How old are you?
I'm 41 years old.
You don't look 41. You look younger, like 35.
That's a good thing that you told me because I feel old.
Can I see your tattoos?
Where's there? Is that a mic?
13.
When did you join this crime organization?
In 2004, but I started my criminal record since I was 11 years old.
How did you first become involved?
When somebody is born with just a mom and the mom is
What
working,
the
you look for the
fuck?
streets. You look for somebody to help you out. I said, oh, my mom's poor, I need some shoes, I need some clothes, and I started robbing. Then I need a father figure because I didn't grow up with my father. And then I looked the group of gangs. Then I did a homicide, and I came right here to El Salvador, trying to change my life, but I seen that there were more gangs right here, and I started doing the same thing I did upstate, and I got locked up. I've always been one of them persons that wants to accomplish the things that they put in their mind, and
They try to make them a better...
accomplished everything I had to do right here, but I'm right here. This
They
is how
could
the
try to
devil
make a
pays
better
people.
person, but they put him
Is
through
it true
hell.
that to join this crime?
Brother, did you not just fucking hear what this motherfucker just said? He started doing crime when he was 11 years old, and he's possibly 41. This guy's cooked for life, brother. He's fucking outie. There's no way he's too far gone. There's no saving this motherfucker. I mean, they have fucking like priests and shit to talk to him, but
Organization, you need to end
that's up to
someone's
them.
Yeah.
That's their own
life.
choice.
First one must be one of your relatives, right?
Yeah, because you got to gain territory for your gang. I lost my mom, my dad, my son, everything right here because of the gangs. When I could be with my family, hey,
Yeah, it's still possible, but do you really think
a better life,
them
but
individually are gonna make that
no,
choice for
took
themselves?
wrong decisions
No,
and
because they're fucking
this
sit
is
here.
how
They're
it
stuck
is.
here
That's
for
why I
their
told
past
you, hey,
actions.
Go to school, listen to your mom, listen to your dad. Don't live this life that we live right here. There's no way out.
How many people's lives have you ended? Is it 5 or 10? How many?
No, if you talk about what you used to do in the jails after, it probably get a few more than 50.
More than
You gotta do
50
something.
bodies, but in
How
the
did you
King
become
Von
cold
style,
blooded
brother.
and merciless in time?
Holy
Can't really
fuck.
respond you with that question.
How do you feel about not seeing your family forever since you're in Sakat?
I feel bad because
They should make an opportunity for them to change them.
5 years old, and I'm
Dude,
he's 21 years old right now. I want to see him. I want to tell him, hey, don't do the same things that your dad did. Look for a good life.
people who have fallen victim because of you will never see their loved ones again. You will also never see your family. How do you cope with emotions?
So Salvadorian King Von.
Sometimes, like I tell you, I lay down on my bed and I think a lot of things.
Bro, that's
and
fucking
sometimes
crazy.
I cry
What is your motivation to stay alive here?
to one day change my life and look for God in my life, and I tell God, hey, forgive me because I did some things.
Okay.
Finally,
Damn.
we see the sunlight. Honestly, Sekat is a place you would never wish to end up in, even as a visitor. But for the people who victimized Salvadorans, it is now their forever home. These criminals took the innocent people's right to live, and now they're paying for it. The Salvadorian government's message is clear. Crime is no longer tolerated and the punishment is severe.
El Salvador once had the highest rate of lives lost due to widespread chaos. During its peak, 104 out of every 100,000 people lost their lives in a single year. Previous administrations agreed to a truce with these groups, but this couldn't bring lasting order. Although the current government's methods are controversial, by 2023, the number dramatically dropped to 2.4 per 100,000 people, placing El Salvador among the safest countries in the world for the first time.
So far, the
That's
results
crazy.
are undeniable. Peace has returned to the neighborhoods. But what about those who were wrongfully imprisoned? Is it true justice or way to control chaos? Are we seeing a lasting solution or just a temporary fix? For now, the answer remains unclear, and the world continues to watch. Thank you for watching this documentary. See you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Ruhi Çenet was here.